I am going to leave Cyprus as my borrow nick for later. We have Vincent, Stone, Barb, Sloan, Legrand, Lincoln. I do want to send my originals out. I guess I could pack up a caravan with them. I'm sending Chimpanzee direct. I could send some of my people direct, like my good originals. That would help. Vincent, Stone, Barb, Sloan, Legrand, Strapping, Tofu, Sam. There's an Armadillo. Truxo, Grey, Trana. The other thing too is a lot of my miners are currently outside my base, literally waiting in the caravan. So that is another thing. I don't have everybody I could possibly have. I want you two to merge. There we go. Alright. Let's send a group. So, see if we can find some people. Just give me a minute to find some people. I also want a medic in this group, and I'm pretty sure I have one in the previous 2 caravans. Roxo, get you in there. Armadillo. What else we got? They're probably going to be like halfway down the thing, if not like right at the bottom. There's Stone. I'm specifically after builders because the other caravan has a lot of my miners in it. This Chimpanzee, I don't want to send him in this. I'm going to send him direct. So I'm also going to load up a few transport pods and send like people directly, like straight to it. I think Trana was one. If not, he can at least cut trees and stuff. I also have like 3 or 4 people that are on like a death list in my colony. I'll be really, really impressed to see them like go to the next location because some of them have been on that list to die since like the last location. So over a year. Like Skizzer and McJolly, I'm well impressed with what they're doing because like, holy shit, they've just been alive this whole time. And they've been in a lot of battles, especially when we moved in. A lot of people had like pissy fits and like slapped them upside the head and like incapacitated them, but they don't even have doctor or medical care and stuff. So they just like laid on the ground and got better. And I'm really impressed with the fact that they could do that. I also have a few people in here that are going as gunners as well. So I have 2 armadillos. Okay. That is actually explaining some things because I would click on armadillo and I'm like, oh, armadillo is really useful for, and then it would have the wrong stats. I didn't realize I had 2. Pretty sure Von's one. These guys are way down here. I don't want to have a huge caravan, but it doesn't hurt to have like a heap of people because it packs up really fast. Johnson is actually a good miner. And I think he can do building, but I want to keep him here for a little bit longer. Like I said, I'm hoping that I'll have like the new location down before we move. I'm also pretty sure next week, hold on, check my dates. Yeah, next week is the 10-hour Rim Connect stream, by the way. So we won't have this colony next week. We'll have random ones. It's going to be a hell of an event. I haven't like narrowed down specifically my start time for that, but I'm pretty sure I'll do something similar to the last really long one. So I'll probably be finishing at 6 a.m. or something, which probably means I'll start sooner. I don't want to send Sam out of this. I would like to set up one caravan that is purely my originals though. I think that'd be a good idea. Mind you, I'm going to take a lot of gunners out of here. There's Cyprus, you're one of them as well. They must be all the fucking way down. There's Sloan. Fucking hell. All the way down the list, mate. I could take Bren. He will beat the shit out of anybody. I think Legrand was on that list. Pretty sure. No, I must have fucking scrolled past some of them. Doesn't matter. I didn't see Stone, but this will do. Hey, Viking. I see you waking up, wagging your tail, happily howling. That photo was beautiful. Wherever the fuck that is, it's really lovely. And I wish we had like nice places like that here. We probably do, but just like not that pretty, you know. I imagine like maybe hinterland areas might have that kind of prettiness, but it's a different kind, you know. But yeah, give you some ruffles. I half expect Viking to also have like a cup of coffee. You know? I just feel like that's appropriate. Alright, I was trying not to take the pregnant animals if I could, because I want them to have their offspring before we go, so that I can pack up the most animals possible. Whoop. You good, Phoenix? Yep. Alright. Phoenix is sneezing in the back. He's been good for a while, by the way. His, after going to vet and stuff, he was, like, all good. Completely fixed up. Like, for his, like, cold and shit. Whatever he had. So happily receives ruffle smiles. No. Probably send some pics from my workplace. I mean, as long as it doesn't either dox you or like give away too much like personal information and stuff like that, you're perfectly fine to like share pictures and stuff. Just obviously if it's like a IRL location or something like that, just make sure it's in like the IRL photos and videos and stuff channel and whatnot. But yeah, if you guys got like really lovely locations and shit, like I like seeing that stuff. Like I also have like a separate channel for like people's pets and shit. I love seeing that as well. Like, I never really know what to say when somebody shares, like, a photo of an animal and stuff, but I'm normally happy to see it. I just don't know what to say about it. It's just, like, I feel like saying, oh, that's cute is, like, almost a little too generic kind of thing. Or, like, you know, I don't know. It's just, me being awkward in general. I'm fine with people geoguessing where work is. I mean... yeah, as long as it's not infringing anything on, like, your workplace that could get you in trouble or some shit like that. Like, I don't assume that they're in my Discord checking it out, but, like, I'm just saying, like, make sure to keep yourself safe in whatever capacity that means, you know. But, yeah, I know that doesn't, you don't care as much about that. But, yeah. The generic is fine. Lol. It's beautiful over here. Imagine it would be fairly pretty. I'm not somebody that's, like, really that interested in traveling and stuff. So, like, I like seeing photos of places and stuff because, like, I have a lot of health conditions, so I'm not really keen to travel. And for, like, the last decade until, like, very recently last year, I wasn't able to, like, eat a lot of foods and meats and stuff like that. So it was quite, like, concerning for me if I was to travel. Like translation wise and stuff like that, making sure that like I'm not eating something that would make me sick in a foreign country and stuff like that, you know, those kind of hazards sort of thing. So yeah, I just not super interested. I'm not even that interested in traveling within my own country, to be fair. Like I don't mind it, but I don't enjoy it as well. And ain't nothing wrong with Australia. I just don't like going places in general. Let's see. I do want to take components, but I don't want to take it the super slow route. I do want to take some steel via caravan. What I want... hold on. So I'll probably make a marble crematorium at the new place, which means I'll need about 600, because there's 150 for a crematorium, but allowing for potentially 2 and or... botch build. Take 600. Can use that in general. I don't know if the new location is going to be whatever kind of stuff, but I wouldn't mind a marble crematorium. For a crematorium, I think I need 6 of these. So probably take 10. I don't need advanced components for this, but it wouldn't hurt to throw one in here anyway. I don't think I need much steel, but I would like to throw probably... if I could, throw about 1,000 onto this because I will need to build. That's taken up most of my stuff. See, the thing is, I can send the caravan ahead and it can have a lot of this stuff. Like, I could add more animals, that's fine. And I can send a transport pod of food to my caravans outside, or I can set up a bunch of people to walk outside with food on them. See if I can carry the stonecutter's table because I want to... take these with me. Electric smithy, tailoring bench. Okay, that's pushing it. I'm going to need more animals. I got like 10 buffaloes sitting here. That's going to push it for getting them out of here and their food. But food, batteries, that batteries, the bed. I don't need the chair. I'll deconstruct that. I should be able to immediately cut down trees. I'll send a small sample size of each kind of stone blocks probably, but if this is already over there, let me throw in about 50. The reason why I want to put in an amount of blocks is because to construct things willy-nilly around the place, having the materials, even not the full materials, but having some percentage of the materials will allow you to start constructing it, which is super useful for at least like getting a blueprint down. So I don't think I need plasteel for anything. I don't think, but about 1,000 of that. I got some food, got some wood. I'm not taking like gold and stuff. I don't want them to get attacked outside. Okay. I could probably take off a couple of extra animals for this, or I could add some extra food because they're literally just sitting outside at the moment. And that will rot in a few extra days. Let's give them some extra pemmican. Take them up to 600 pemmican, 600 survival meals. That's 48 days of food. They've got an okay amount of medicine. I still could remove a couple of animals off this. Okay. Alright, what else can I cram in here? The words are just letters. It's the intent behind them that carries your meaning. Nothing awkward with that. I know, but like if like 2 or 3 people were to share like a photo of an animal and I feel that all of those animals are cute and that's like the most capacity of English I can like muster that day. By the way, English is my native language. But like if that's like the most like linguistically advanced I can make that conversation, I feel like it's unappreciative kind of thing. Like I feel like I need to crack out a thesaurus and be like, yes, this animal is magnificent in the light of its eyes and its fur shines with the brimming like hope of 1,000 suns. Like that's how I feel like I should be responding. But then that sounds very patronizing, you know? So it's like, you know, I don't want to be insulting on the other hand, you know? But, you know, I don't fucking know. It's just like how I sort of see it. I don't know. Somebody out there wasn't ready for that sentence. That's how happily saying it sideways. Happily. No. It's alright, Viking. Don't you worry. Don't you get too concerned about it. I should also take some of the, like, fucking cotton with me. I don't know. I don't want to take any more food. Maybe potatoes. Let me take, like, 200 odd potatoes. It's not rotting or anything like that. 3. Take it up to 4. It's 50 days of food. There we go. And you can just use, like, the hearts and the stars or the pictures. Yeah, no, I'm not a huge, like, emoji user in general, I think. Like, I do react to some stuff with like a classic like specific emoji. Like for instance, if I can in Discord, for instance, I will normally use like the like what I assume is like the hand patting gesture kind of thing, which can also be like I think you can use it as like sign language and stuff too. But like I'll normally do that to express that like I've seen and I've patted kind of thing. And sometimes I'll like acknowledge with more of a sentence and stuff. But yeah, generally speaking, like I'm not a huge emoji user to begin with. Like I don't know, like I have my emotes in stream that I've drawn and stuff. And I do find that like I have like a good expression with them, but it's a different kind of thing. Am I getting silver from this? Huh. Yeah, I'm getting silver from that. Alright, that'd be why there's only like 3 or 4 on there. Val, you had choices. Eating a raw meal was your choice. She's now pigging out, so it doesn't really matter. She'll eat whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I normally take the time to like respond and stuff. Usually when stuff happens in Discord, I'm usually asleep and stuff. So I'll wake up later and I'll have like a couple of messages and or like if that, and be like, okay, I gotta wake up a little bit before I respond and stuff. Is that McJolly? Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, I saw McJolly and I saw no medicine and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. They're stressed about something. They're tired and serious pain. Ate without a table, insulted. Somebody was up here insulting them a while ago. Love seeing everybody in here doing their like recreation and stuff. Let's back into Hadley. No. You get your rest if you need to. I'll be here. I'll be up to shenanigans. Probably. I mean, most likely, but I think I got all the meat in from the top of the map. Oh, no, almost. I've still got a little bit more meat to bring in. Winters is training a panther. When you're done with that, I get you all the fungus. I do want them to bring the food in before it rots. I mean, if I purchased it, hummingbirds coming up for that, crucius coming up for that, they won't generally bring in fungus or insect meat. They'll normally ignore that regardless, which is kind of frustrating because I do like using those as ingredients, but they usually won't use it. All right. Apart from what's at the top of the map, where is my wildlife? There. Okay, we're still hunting that raccoon. Apart from the stuff at the top of the map, I think they've cleared out everything that was in the pathways, and there's nothing over to the side and the bottom. So there's literally just this stuff here, which is great. The other thing too is, how are my allies? I saw Swagging falls asleep snuggling both full flushes. No. Just sleep back. I could be doing some gifts to the owl people. Skizzer, mate. Skizzer, you don't have medical privileges. This, could be interesting. I was literally just talking about how I'd be really impressed to see Skizzer... Okay, he's fine. To make it to the next location, because he's been on the death list since, like, we arrived. McDolly's been on the death list since before we left the last location. So... Skizzer did a lot of tantruming, a lot of violent tantruming when we got here. And McJolly had a lot of tantrums before we left in the caravan that was like glitching out and stuff. Because one of the big glitches we had was that caravans were like not just unpacking before they left, but they weren't leaving. The other thing too is I'm trying to make sure that they are crammed to the absolute maximum. Because while they're sitting here, they will eat their food. And I may be able to take a colonist out of their group, but I shouldn't need to. They may also get attacked sitting here too. So they've got the components, most of the components. That one extra component that I put in the other one should top this one up. We will have 4,000 steel going out. We've got like 5 drills. This lot have the 40-odd turrets on them. And I think... based on packing up before, I don't think I've got any other big machinery in here. I have that chair, the uranium chair, I want to either pull apart or sell. There is one battery that might not have been loaded yet. But we've got a couple of benches. We are getting through the wood. How are we going with that? We've still got 26,000. They're not burning stuff on here too much. Can I get somebody... what is this machine classified as? Is this crafting? Why biological matter? I am not sure who's supposed to be working at this kind of building. If anybody happens to know, let me know. Because like out of the types, I would imagine it'd be like smithing, maybe. Makes weapons, make things, machining table, fabricate things. It's not really it. Could be. It's not mining, it's not plant cutting. It isn't tailoring, crafting maybe? Make things at crafting spot, work at refinery. Okay, yeah, okay. Somebody that can do crafting. I can do crafting. I'm currently crafting medicine. When I'm done crafting medicine, I could work at the biofuel refinery. We can get me sorted out. I can make fuel. Who else? Who can sit with me? Augury could. I don't want to sit next to Augury, I'll be honest. I have beef with Augury. I got no problem with Beta. Cadwell. Oh, Campbell. Fuck yeah, Campbell. What the fuck you at? You sleeping? Mate, you got the sickest beard. I don't recall him having a beard, but okay. Okay, when you've done having a snooze, get you down here and you can work beside me. I have some buddies. I don't actually think, like, do I have friends? I have friends! Oh, that's nice. Alright, who have I got? I've got Gubia, I've got Lumi, Amia, Silverware, E. I've got, like, a lot of originals in here. I've got Lou, Zostaban, Bourne, Dawn, and Johnson. Okay, so I've got like a good handful of like originals and then like some new faces. That'd be all the people working in here. Also, I noticed that our power grid hasn't held since that last blow up, which was down here. That wall's fixed. That might be why. Okay. I don't recall this getting broken, but I guess it got broken at some point. That would be why it's not powering up enough now that we've got all the solar lights are back on. I also need to get rid of all this extra metal out here, but I did keep it out here for the purpose of having extra turrets, but I don't need that. So I guess it's time to deconstruct some of that because I want the steel. I also don't need the, I kind of do need that corner. We'll leave that corner there. And that corner there, I guess. We can leave those two because those are actually powering things. But yeah, anyway. I do want to remove all of my wind turbines because there's a lot of components in there. Although I should probably maybe wait till after winter. I don't want to completely remove the turret that's sitting there. So the only reason why I'm thinking about maybe after winter is that obviously the power grid is suffering a little bit. Once I've got that geothermal back up online with this little connector here, probably won't be struggling as bad. Hey Vincent, mate, you can do construction, right? Yeah, you can. Can you come over here and just work on that little section there? He's supposed to be in the caravan, but if I add him to the caravan now, I'll have like both extra space, again, like additional space on top of it, but also he'll stop doing what he's doing. So that's unfortunate. The only other good thing is when I have two locations going is for a very brief moment in time, I will have adequate beds for all my colonists until I actually have to sit down and make 280 plus. I'll probably honestly make like 290 or fuck it. I'll try to make a design for 300. Okay. I'll try to make a design for 300. And that way, if I happen to get 20 odd more colonists, because that's probably going to happen between now and the next 3 years, then yeah, we'll go with that. This caravan's basically setting up. Have you got nothing on you? Gathering items, but are you glitched out or something? Hold on. No, give me that. Where is the... There it is. The yak with the pack. You. Caravan. I think the caravan may be glitched out. It doesn't have the list of shit it's supposed to load, but a couple of them got like, yeah, you guys got stuff on you. Also, I had a look at the new pack and unpack feature that's basically on the 1.6. As far as I can tell, where's your gear? I saw that it had this, but like 1.5 has this, so I didn't think there was really anything different unless there's like, when you go to load them, like I can't display it at the moment because this isn't showing me properly. I must have too much shit in it. But generally speaking, when you load up stuff, you have the option to, Val, what are you doing? You have the option on 1.6 to leave without items or remove items and stuff. Previously, when you add stuff to your caravan, it doesn't allow you to remove them, even if they've been used up or are being worn by somebody. And that's kind of a difference. Like, that is useful, arguably very useful, because there's a lot of times when my people just eat something and we no longer have it. And then they're like, oh, I need to get this. And it's like, oh, they're not going to leave because of it. The other thing too is obviously you can leave like as is, like whatever they've got, and just go. I haven't checked if that includes if all the like colonists are ready to go or not. Like, you know how sometimes your colonists can like be downed having a snooze kind of thing? Like, they're not downed unable to walk, they're just having a sleep. I don't know if it overrides that and forces them to leave, because if it does, that's actually useful. But yeah, apart from that, my drop inventory thing seems to still be currently effective for like forcing them to drop things. But I didn't notice anything else with it. If it had some other feature, I didn't see it. But who knows? It could be like maybe not properly rolled out in like 1.6 or like hidden or something like that. Like, I'm not saying they wouldn't have like the unstable there, but yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. I also want to do more hydroponics at the new location too. So I think as much as I've got a lot of my classic grow rooms, which I do think I will still house like ultra green spots like this for sure, like that. I think in the other spots that are not hyper green, I will probably hydroponic the shit out of that, because I've still got the lights in the area, right? So like, for the most part, the way I overlap my lights does mean that I could square off a whole room and stuff with that. I just don't know how super effective it would be for my colony, but we'll find out. There's a lot of things that I want to do at another location. Why are there animals in here? I saw you bring a camel in through here. It's a dead end. What the fuck? Somebody must have left a door open and somebody must have eaten the rice and trapped a camel in here. That wouldn't surprise me. Another thing I'd like to do is I would like to have a hospital set up where it's not multiple directional doors, but I also sort of want to have the multiple directional doors so that, you know, I can actually like get people in there within a couple of seconds to save their life. But it does mean that I get animals like trapping through here a lot, and I don't really like that. I don't like that my people automatically path through the hospital to take them to a caravan spot when like they could literally just walk around it and it's actively faster. I hope that that is something that gets fixed with the pathing. I don't know if I put my lights on down here. No, I did. But yeah, previously I was trying to look for slate and marble, because obviously this location's slate, and I'd like to get a location with marble. I can't remember if Salvation was marble, but I think it was. I don't know if Quillen was. I know I had a lot of limestone. But I'd like to get a place that has marble, because I'd like to do my rooms up with marble and shit, and maybe do like slate floors or something like that, you know. Fancy the place up. But I am going to have to kind of go with just whatever I can get at the next location. Simply because I just need one that's actually going to be able to house this many people, more so than like whatever materials it's got. So like granite, I feel like granite takes a long time to build. I visually don't like granite or sandstone. I don't really like that kind of reddishy sort of stone. I might actually need that to be that far out. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I was good for this. I'm pretty sure they connect to my... hold on. I'm pretty sure they connected those. I like that those two... I don't think it's daisy chained that way, but I think it's gone that way. But yeah, I'll find out. I might be disabling like a whole bunch of power grid here by accident. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna find out. But I think I built these after the fact, and I'm pretty sure that distance connects it, but I don't have solar here connecting it, and these are gonna go, so I may have to move more backwards. It's not a huge issue. I'm literally probably going to move them back to this lineup, I think. Which does mean that this whole area out here is going to be much worse for battles. But that's the case. If these ones aren't too far out, I don't know if I've got hidden conduits here. I do. Alright, for that corner, I might allow the extra. I kind of hate the concept of just moving them over by like that much. Like these ones are obviously on the power grid and stuff. But I need them to connect because I took out 40 turrets on this side. Which honestly does mean that if I'm likely to get attacked, it's going to be on this side of the map. So that's not the worst. That one would probably blow that up. For the moment, I just don't know for sure if these fuckers connect to that. Like, I'll know as soon as these are offline, and I don't want them to be like right up against those, because when they blow up, they'll blow that up too. How many is that? Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Might be too far. I could move these back by